Okay, man.
I know why I'm saying thank you.
Because somebody will ask you tomorrow in the office. All right, so we are done with, I think we are moving according to schedule. Yes, this week I actually wanted us to start storage, so we are moving according to plans. So I'm going to be looking at Azure storage. So this is a very important component of cloud uh, management. Of course, there are a lot of different storage solutions in Azure, but for the purpose of AZ 104, just get familiar with Azure storage. You are good. There are other storage. So database is a storage solution, right?
Are you recording, sir?
Yes, I am. I just started recording. So databases are also storage solutions. Database. Okay, so these are different databases we have in Azure. Okay. Excuse me. Zoom it. I need to launch this guy. 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So these are the database solutions we have. MariaDB, there's Postgres. If you are into data, if you're into DevOps, if you are into non-structural database management, you're going to be doing a lot of Postgres. You're going to be doing a lot of Cosmo DB. You have Cosmo here. So if you are coming from AWS, Cosmo DB is the equivalent of DynamoDB. So if you are familiar with non-structural databases in AWS, that is DynamoDB. So here we call it Cosmo DB. So there are some databases. Let me see if there's a documentation. Azure databases. Okay, types of databases in Azure. Yeah, so this is a list of all the databases we have in Azure. There is Cassandra DB. There is Redis, cache for Redis. But for me, I'm only familiar with Azure SQL Managed Instance, SQL Server. Well, I started with Oracle databases, then SQL Servers for a moment. But you can't know everything, so don't worry. Nobody's going to be asking you unless you are doing a course on databases like DP300. I think DP203 or so. I think DP300. Unless you are doing a dedicated course on databases, maybe you might want to get familiar with all these databases, and you can see all their functionalities. Some are for big data management, some are integrated into IoT, machine learning, data integration, data funneling, big data. Okay. Some are used because of their high level of read-write operations of processing. So if you are talking to a customer that needs a cloud-based database solution, just bring them to this page. So there are sufficient documents that can help us navigate across all those solutions. So we're not going into databases. We're not going to databases. What we are doing today is Azure storage. And this is just introduction to Azure storage. You will be surprised. Even though it's an introductory course, it still covers a whole lot of things. Like you can build your data, you can build your website with the knowledge you get here. Like you can go ahead, configure a blob storage for your static data, static website. Okay, are you familiar with static websites, dynamic websites?
Not exactly.
Okay, anybody wants to give it a try? Static websites, dynamic websites. What is a static website? I know we have tech people here that are doing web security,
Yeah.
web management. Yeah, it's okay. John, you want to give it a try?
Yeah, static website. Okay, it's the static website like the HTML thing. Um, you just you just you have your stuffs on the website, and you just probably host it in a I'm familiar with AWS, so like an S3 bucket, and so you load your stuff, you store your content on in the bucket, and you just load it on like that. That's a static website. So it's very simple to achieve that. But a
Thank
dynamic website is more or less like just like dynamic, keeps changing. The setup is totally different. You can have even on the site, it could be linked to a database like DynamoDB and all that, and you're clicking on it and you're taking you to more deeper stuff, deeper stuff, deeper stuff. So just like that.
thank you. Thank you. So that is high level from an AWS solution architect. John, I guess John is a solution architect in AWS. So thank you. You got it right. The static website. So as the name implies, static. That means an example of a static website is a blog. So you are not imputing record into that website. So it's not this is a static website. Okay. If I dump this link in the chat, all of you are going to see the same thing. Okay. So if you go in here, you're going to see the same thing because it's a static website. Nothing is changing. Everybody that is requesting into this website is viewing the same thing. Nothing is changing. Only what the administrator dumps here is what is seen by everybody. In the case of a dynamic website, so YouTube is going to be a dynamic website. YouTube dynamic website. Why?
Nice.
Because it's changing. If I refresh this page now, perhaps you're going to.
Hey friends, you know that monitoring your cloud services is vital, but it can be complex. Azure offers so many options to help you, but how do you?
Can you see? Can you see the right side? So if I refresh again, you're going to see different thing because it's connected to different database options managed by YouTube. So it's going to be a dynamic website because you are accessing data, you are accessing content in real time. And if you go into your own YouTube, because first you need to sign in, of course, you need to sign into your own YouTube account, right? And once you sign in, you're not going to see the same thing I'm seeing. So your own welcome page will have different things. So for dynamic website, it's changing. You are inputting data. The website you are using at the bank, the website through which you sign in to access your bank information is a dynamic website. Okay. But the website you use to access Linda IKG blog or blextech.blogspot.com, those are static websites because they just a newspaper blog posts. Okay, all those are going to be static websites because they just push information to you, and you don't have a say on how you handle those information.